Hey developers, welcome back to Code with Tanvi. In this video, we are going to solve very commonly asked ReactJS interview question. The question is create increment and decrement counter using React. Now, this might look a simple question, but interviewers use it to test your understanding of React state management, event handling, and how UI updates dynamically. So let's build it step by step. Our first step is to import useState. So let's import useState. Our another step is to create a component, which we already did. And our next step is to create a state variable to store the count value. So, right, count and set count. And we'll set a current value as 0. Here, count is the current value. Set count is updates the value, and our initial value is 0. Now let's build our UI. First, I'll create a div. We have already created a div here, but we will name this as counter container. Now in the h1 tag, let us create a div to show our count. Div will give a class name as count display. And here we will show our count. Okay. So the initial value of our count is 0. So it is already been displayed here. And for our buttons, we will create another div and keep our buttons there. Let's give a class name here as count display, not count display, button group. Here let's keep our buttons and let us give it a class name as well as button increment. we will give a event listener here on click, and name it handle increment. We will create a button of decrement as well. Okay, and let us write here the name. We'll just name it increment or increment, and let us create a decrement button as well. Handle decrease. We will create another function for this. Decrement button. Now let's define our handle increment. Handle increment. And here we will set our count as previous plus 1. Oh, plus 1. And let's do the same for our handle decrement. Const handle decrement, an arrow function. Again, set count as, we'll set our set count as previous. If our previous count is greater than 0, previous count is greater than 0, then previous minus 1, else 0. We are using previous state value, which is the correct and recommended approach in React. Also notice that we are preventing the count from going below 0. This is a great edge case to handle in interviews. Now we have a working increment button and a working decrement button. Also, our decrement button is not going below 0. It is still 0. But it is not looking great. We can add some CSS here. Now to keep this video short and not too lengthy, I have already added the CSS by copy pasting it. The focus here is to mainly on understanding the logic and how React handles states and update the UI rather than spending too much time on styling. Once you add the CSS, your UI will look much more clean and interactive automatically. So yeah, that's how you can easily implement an increase and decrease counter in React. So just to quickly recap, we can create a state using useState. We can handle user action using event handlers, and we can update UI dynamically using React State. And that's how that what that's and that's exactly what interviewers are looking for: clean understanding of basics. If you want to make this even better, you can try adding reset button or adding conditions like maximum limit. This will make your answer stand out a bit more in interviews. Alright, that's it for today's video. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Code with Tanvi. I'll see you in the next one.